Good day, everyone. 'Tis I, the Blue Baron, defender of traditionalism. We've got a very special episode for you here today. As usual, if you like the video, please subscribe and share, and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. Also, for those who watch until the end, there'll be a special closing segment today. Now let's begin. I have here a list of common things associated with Victoria Day. Across the country, Victoria Day serves as the unofficial marker of the end of the winter social season, and thus the beginning of the summer social calendar. Banff, Alberta's Sunshine Village, ends its lengthy ski season on Victoria Day, and likewise, it is during this long weekend that many summer businesses, such as parks, outdoor restaurants, bicycle rentals, city tour operators, etc., will open. Victoria Day is also a mark of the beginning of the cottage season, when cottage owners may reverse the winterization of their property. Gardeners in Canada will similarly regard Victoria Day as the beginning of spring, as it falls at a time when one can be fairly certain that frost will not return until the next autumn. There is also a change in fashion. Lighter colored summer clothing was traditionally worn from Victoria Day through until Labor Day. And for those rivers whose height is controlled by canals and locks, such as the Rideau River, Victoria Day is when boaters can be sure that the water will be up to its summer height and it's safe to launch their boat. However, that's all meaningless, so forget about it. The true meaning of Victoria Day can be summed up in one word: monarchy. If you want two words, try our monarchy. But perhaps a bit of elaboration is in order. Victoria Day is a federal Canadian public holiday celebrated on the last Monday preceding May 25th, initially in honor of Queen Victoria's birthday. It is now celebrated as the official birthday of the current Queen of Canada. God save our Queen. And heaven bless the maple leaf forever. Why should we celebrate the Queen's birthday and by extension our monarchy, you ask? The real question is, why wouldn't we? Face it, people, without her, we'd just be Americans. The entire reason for the existence of Canada as a distinct and finally sovereign nation is because during the American Revolution, rather than choosing to follow the example of the rebel colonists and commit treachery against their sovereign, the future peoples of Canada chose to remain loyal and stay within the British Empire. This was true of both the English-speaking loyalists in the 13 colonies and the French loyalists in Quebec. In fact, the upper echelons of society in Quebec, both the aristocrats and the clerics, had been so won over by the benevolent treatment of the British after the French and Indian War that when the American Revolutionary War broke out, the leadership in Quebec was explicit in denouncing it. Bishop Jean-Oliver Briand threatened to cut off from the sacraments anyone who supported the Republican rebels, and excommunicated the famous Father John Carroll of Baltimore, Maryland, for his support of the Revolution. Yes, believe it or not, originally Quebec was not only loyal to the crown, but very loyal, and it was the church that was most loyal. Additionally, the United Empire Loyalists from the 13 colonies, along with many of the American Indians and Negro slaves who were offered freedom by the British, don't patronize me, that's the anthropological classification for that race. Anyway, they fought loyally for the British, and when it became apparent that the rebel colonists would win, they escaped to Upper Canada, what would become Ontario, and settled there, laying the foundation for English-speaking Canada. And the victory of Canadian troops against massive American armies in the War of 1812 later brought about a new sense of Canadian pride and national identity. The birthday of Her Highness the Honourable Queen Victoria was a day for celebration in Canada long before Confederation, with the first legislation regarding the event being in 1845 passed by the Parliament of the Province of Canada to officially recognize May 24th as the Queen's birthday. It was noted that on that date in 1854, the 35th birthday of Queen Victoria, some 5,000 residents of Canada West gathered in front of Government House, near present-day King and Simcoe Streets in Toronto, to give cheers to their Queen. An example of a typical 19th century celebration of the Queen's birthday took place on May 24, 1866, including a gun salute at midnight, pre-dawn serenades, picnics, athletic competitions, a display of illuminations, and a torchlit procession. Such events were common around the colony, and by the 1890s, the day had become a patriotic holiday. I am sure that there are those traitors who object to the celebration of Victoria Day for the simple reason that it honors the Queen Empress, who is such a symbol of the glory days of the British Empire. However, these creatures should remember that a considerable portion of the credit for the foundation of Canada goes to those American loyalists who fled to Canada because they wished to remain under the benevolent reign of His Majesty King George III and wanted nothing to do with the Republican regime that had come to power in their former homeland. They had the choice to stay in a republic or move to a monarchy, and they chose to remain loyal and go where the monarch still reigned. Canadian Republicans who so detest the United States should keep in mind this part of the founding of our country, and remember that remaining loyal to king and country was the first and most paramount aspect that distinguished us from the United States. If these people had their way, the Dominion of Canada would basically be betraying our entire history in order to become the United States of Northern North America. We might as well petition to become the 51st state. Instead, I have one thing to say. I'm proud to be a Canadian and support our monarchy. And I won't forget the men who died to give that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend it still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless Victoria Day. I'm the Blue Baron, defender of traditionalism. God bless you all. And remember, God save our Queen, and heaven bless the Maple Leaf forever. The Maple